Greetings, everybody. I am Chilling3000 here, and welcome to episode 3 of Chilling3000 Hangouts. Happy to be here, and it is currently Friday night, April 16th, 2021. And originally, we would have other two people on here, but they have not made it yet, so I decided I wasn't planning to have him on, but I decided why not to make his debut. Please welcome Michael Barbardier.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and fans of Davis 3000. I'm so excited to be here with you.
Oh yes, and for those who don't know, he is one of the co-hosts for the Rant and Rate podcast, which is part of the Thursday
Yeah,
Night Wars.
yeah, and I am also the host of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire for Novalis Entertainment, along with other servers. So,
Oh yes, and yes, and which I believe is one of your favorite game shows.
mhm.
But anyway, hope everybody is doing well as we are broadcasting live both on YouTube and Twitch, thanks to StreamYards. And I invited other people on here as well. So I won't be adding anybody else except for those I invited just before I came on here. But that'll be for another day, for another time. But yeah, so hope everybody's doing well. Now I'll be doing my opening topics. Not really what topics start the show, that is. First things first, let's talk about the file of the Thursday Night Wars, which happened last night. Which I came around sometime around a little bit before 9 o'clock p.m. And hello there, Dakota. How you doing? We're just
Greetings,
doing
Dakota.
yes. So, let's talk about Thursday Night Wars. Now, I'll be looking at my phone for the current status on both shows. Uh, Let me just look them up right now. So, all right. I'm gonna do right away first. Just to check out the update views, and then I'll go to the Hamming Out cast right now, which is episode 42. Okay, so I'm doing great. That's good to hear. So let's talk about the Right Way podcast. It is currently right now 110 views and 8 likes for episode 79. Next week will be the big episode 80, which I think with them having an interview next week when Mr. Martin comes back, I think they might have a chance to win this one. So, which means if we really want to make it a real competition, we need to have what do you call it? We need to have something big for the Hemi cast, but that's for another time. Um, Now let's talk about episode 42 of the Hemi cast, which is uh, uh, kind of crazy to say, but around Jackie Robinson Day here in sports.
Number 42. That's the number I think Mariano Rivera wore, I guess, as well.
Yes, and here's Jason, who will be yes, he will be coming around at 8 p.m. Later on. Uh, Now let's continue on. The Hemi cast has right now 173 views and 10 likes, and also 2 dislikes. So I gotta say, episode 42 is actually a very good episode, along with the Ham and Cat, Rant and Rave, excuse me, and and as we all know, last week they did a trial run for Brian Bogard, who was on there, who used to be on another show,
Mm-hmm.
but hope all is well with you. In the chat, but yep. Hope I'm doing well myself. The weather has been crazy today. Which I'll get to that later. Um,
It's
but
been a little
yes,
cooler in Buffalo, 43 degrees. A little cooler today.
Yeah. But so yeah. Uh, so the final results, of course, is 110 views and 173 views. Um, I'm actually surprised it didn't hit 200 yet, and I'm surprised Right and Rev got the 100 views in a day. So, which I'm very happy about that. And hopefully, uh, they get at least one win, which I think the interview might do it for episode
Yeah,
80.
yeah. I was really surprised when I saw the pick from when you reached 169. I thought, oh, that's red again.
Yes. Um. Uh. So. Um.
I mean,
Let's.
although we do these Thursday, on all these Thursday night rows, although I do do roast of the Hey Man Outcast, we do this for fun, of course. It's all fun and
Yes.
matter at the end.
Yes. It's for to make the series better. That is. Um. And also to help both shows. Um. But what else? And by the way, my next discussion here is might be wondering how come you're here on a Friday night instead of Sunday afternoon, which I'm supposed to do episodes at 5 p.m. Eastern on Sundays. Well, the reason why I decided to come here on Friday night because I think it's a good time to do it. Is spring break, and I said um, that during spring break I want to test trial runs for certain time slots and for certain days of the week. Now, this day won't be one of them, but the reason why I have it here on Friday is because I'm gonna have two guests on, and that's the reason why. Um, but I decided to try out 7 p.m. I was gonna do 8 p.m., but I'm actually gonna raid someone later on in the evening, which he may or may not come on stream. Um, but he is gonna be doing something I'll be reading later on. Um, but what else? So yeah, I'll probably still go live this Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern. I might be out of town, so I may or may not do an episode Sunday afternoon. I may change it to Monday. So or actually sometime later in the week. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, but just to let you know, Carlos has a president return tonight, both these Thursday seasons and also the 100,000 permanents returning as well. Yes, that is correct. And ladies and gentlemen, here is Leon.
No.
Welcome to 10,000 Hangouts. And for those who don't know, Leon was actually on Ranking Ray 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
Actually, last
Right?
week for episode, I think
Well,
it
actually,
was
2 weeks.
78.
Yeah.
Yes,
78 was last Thursday. 79 was last night.
yes. And I hope my computer does not crash for soon. I think it will be fine. If not, you can try on your phone because you can use StreamYard on your phone as well. So, going on with my opening topics here. Um, what else? Oh yes. Um, how I've been doing? Well, I just been relaxing on my end, and I've been actually right now trying to get some games on my PC working again. Thanks for some help on another group. Um, which is something about virtual PC games, but that's for another story for another time. Um, but I'm gonna try to get back up and running so that way I can do more game games for you guys. I want to do games for showdowns on my server there with thousands of games, which is one of my main focuses right now. Season 2 of Press Luck is premiering for a reboot season April 22nd at what time? Oh yes, 5 4 Central. So stay tuned for that. Um, and I'll be filming it tomorrow actually. So Michael, you're more than welcome to
And
join.
I have agreed to be, and I've agreed to play for the season premiere as well.
Yes. Um. So, uh, and other channel updates. Um, I made an update video earlier today about spring break. I'll be in that video discussing what is coming up during spring break. I'm actually going to be doing some gameplay videos starting on April 20th for a certain game. I'll be doing a gameplay series for that, and I think it's going to be good. Next, the Bomber 5, let's talk about that real quick. Tomorrow on the YouTube channel of Marvel Studios will be the next episode of the Bomber 5, which is going to be, I believe, at 87 Central as always. If not, we might change it to our time if something happens, but right now it's at 87 Central on the Bomber 5 this upcoming Saturday, so which is tomorrow. So, hope you all looking forward to that because we have some stuff planned for that episode. So, you guys gonna like it. Which we're doing this this season, so that way we won't have it go for too long. Um, and also I want to talk about the weather real quick. It is snowing today in my area, unfortunately. Like I thought we were done with snow, but it has to snow. Oh, there goes Neon. I don't know what happened. Um,
I don't know either.
but hold on. Hold on a second. I'll message him on Discord. But anyway, so yeah, like the weather is just uh snowing, and I'm just like, what the heck happened? Um, but anyway, if anybody has some questions in the live chat, feel free. Right now is a good time to do it. Um, okay, Chase, Neon is coming back, so just checking some stuff as he just told me, which is fine. But yeah, we'll be doing mostly interview with mini interview, as I say at 8. Um, Michael, while I wait for the questions to come in the live chat. Hello there, Patrick. Yeah, the weather was a bit poor where I am today. Got a couple of inches of snow where I am at. Well, welcome to the stream, Patrick. Now, uh, while I wait for now it's time for the chat room Q&A. But before I get the questions, Michael, how you been doing recently?
I've been doing real good in terms of staying healthy, of course, and I am liking I'm liking this new YouTube podcasting thing here, and it's
Yeah.
really amazing. Along with my usual gigs with Novalis and Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, so it's amazing.
Yes, and I'm using StreamYard right now as well. Let me see. But while waiting for questions, like I said before, is there anything coming on your YouTube channel, Michael?
Well, not today, but I will say this. Tomorrow night, I will be doing another episode of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire for YouTube Games and Entertainment. So make sure you stay tuned for that.
Are you planning to do you know when the timestamp timetable for next episode here?
I don't have a specific timestamp set. So, I don't have a specific time set for that. I don't know.
Like
I don't know.
What day, like by the next week, or what day you're gonna upload your next video on YouTube?
I know I'm gonna upload it tomorrow, but I'm gonna film before I upload it. So let's say it's gonna be like taped.
Oh yes, and we always have a tape because so that way we won't have any problems. And you use OBS, I believe, right?
Yeah, I do with OBS.
All right. Um, now let me just do something over here. Um, which I think OBS is a great software because um it makes your videos faster while we wait for the questions to come in the chat for the Q&A. Um,
And Charlie just came in.
I sent you the link on Messenger, Charlie. Uh, Smokes. I sent you the link
Ugh.
on Facebook Messenger, Charlie. And directly, but so yeah,
Brandon's main rival.
basically. Speaking of Brandon, I'm gonna see what he's up to. I don't know if he's working or not, but okay, gotta check my. Okay. Um, let me see if he wants to join. Here is the link for. Hold on a second. Um, if you want. Um, hold on a minute. Not. Yeah, I sent tried the link right before we started the show. Um, so he must not have notifications on. Um,
Let's just
so
hope he better. I'm just hoping he better not mess up on my name again because you know what's gonna happen.
Go Power Rangers!
oh god, here we go again.
Well, I'm here to lighten up the show, and plus to talk about David, how we kicked their arses yet again.
Yes.
Don't rub it in our face, dude.
3-0. How are you doing, Michael?
Doing good.
Yeah, I decided not to say your last name, so didn't want to butcher it again. I've already gotten used to saying Oreo. So.
Yeah, because you know what would happen, right?
Oh yes, you do exactly what I know you do. You'd do the shrinky thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
So so you're off the hook for tonight, Charlie.
Oh yes. What was I going to say? Oh yes, I'm currently on a mini vacation. David, you probably know why. I requested what do you call it? I requested personal leave for my job for about a week, so I'll be off. Yes,
I thought you were not working. I thought you were working this week. Then excuse me.
I was working this weekend, but due to some personal issues, that David you're well aware of, I decided to take up their offer of requesting some personal time off,
oh yes,
and all that.
But other than that, sorry, you gotta give some credit to Anyway because they got a lot of views on the first day.
Oh yeah, they like I said, this was probably the closest. What's the phrase I'm looking for? This is probably the closest race that we've had, and
Yeah.
so I can't fault. I like I said. Now, granted, I did look at the Andrew Hawkins show. Speaking of the picture from earlier, yeah, I saw the viewership. Well, it was funny. Episode 3 was 69, but the rest of it was like
that's
dipping down, and I'm like, I may need to have a discussion with Andrew to maybe have some guests on the show because I think he's gonna die a death on that show.
For real.
That's just again, and Andrew, if you're watching, you're my boy, Andrew. I have nothing but love for you, but it's just
it's not working.
Giving you some. It's like Paige when he critiques Rant Raven and Hangman Outcast. It's not we're dogging on you. We're just stating things that could be better. Now, once you
Trying to make it better,
leave Rant and
I
Rave,
should say, right?
And here's
yeah, once you
Leon.
leave Rant and Rave, hey, speaking of another person that was on Rant and Rave and the Hangman Outcast in the past week, how you doing, Leon?
Not too bad. About yourself?
Doing good. Just decided to take some went on leave for my work for some personal reasons for the week. So just relaxing. I was playing some GTA 5, trying to beat the campaign for the fourth time because I beat it on pretty much every other system except PC, but I don't have a PC.
Yeah, I hear you there.
Yeah, a lot of people
I already know I'm
usually-
going to beat it again on Xbox Series X or PS5 whenever that comes out on that system.
Yes, and a lot of people usually have laptops nowadays. I want to get a desktop computer for streaming because everyone's better on there than laptops. Trust me.
Yeah, and you could get of course, I can't get OBS on mine, so I can't really use it because I know OBS would be a lot better.
Do you mind if I ask, David, what laptop are you using?
Mine?
Because
or
I have an
Troy?
HP. Because I have an HP.
Yeah, I have an HP as well.
Oh.
But I don't know. It's because
Mine has a touchscreen. What about yours?
it doesn't have a touchscreen, unfortunately. But
Mine's a Chromebook, so it's very limited on what it can use, what can be used.
Also, you use an Apple product, huh?
yes, I
No, mine.
No, I was talking to Charlie.
Are you asking me or David? Oh,
Charlie.
no, mine's Samsung.
Oh, Samsung. Oh, looks like I got Apple and Samsung confused.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, Samsung. Everything I pretty much use, like my phone, my tablet, my TV, and my laptop, are all Samsung products. I'm a Samsung fanatic because ever since I got a Samsung phone back in 2017, I've really never looked back. I find Samsung better than Apple, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm using the iMac right here as we speak because it's a very powerful computer. It may not have certain applications I may want to use, but it still works. But
I'm actually gonna sign off because in about 30 minutes I have something in Novalis. So
all right. Well, thanks for coming.
thanks
here
for letting me
to,
come on your chill stream, David.
Yes.
And I'm gonna have to go too. I just wanted to come in here and chit chat for a few minutes, but I will.
You can stay here. Don't
be
go far if you
relaxing.
want.
Well, yes, I know that, but I just came in to. Let's see. I'm trying to check because I have my phone charging. I need to.
You can use streamer on your phone because you've done it before. So.
Oh yeah. No, I know. I'm just like I said, Dave. I just came in to chit chat for a few minutes and then head out. I did I wasn't even planning on. I forgot you were streaming today. I didn't know if it was today, tomorrow, or Sunday.
I was afraid. I was afraid you were going to betray at the gallows. So good thing you didn't.
Well, yeah. I don't. Maybe I may do Chilling the Gallows here tomorrow or Sunday, but that's not confirmed. Most I'll probably do is stream on Twitch. But I know Tom's streaming on Twitch tonight, so.
Yes.
And then, of course, I know for sure I'll be streaming on Monday night because, of course, we'll have HCPW, the open weight tournament.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we'll have a lot of different characters in there.
And for those who are wondering, HCPW stands for Hangman Charlie Professional Wrestling.
No, it's called Hangman Championship Wrestling.
Oh. But they both work at the same time.
Yeah, well, it's Hangman Championship Professional Wrestling, so HCPW. So I forgot to add the P in there because otherwise it'd be HCW, which I could have called it that, but I want to add professional in there, just since some companies usually don't like to use the term wrestling. It's sports entertainment.
Yeah.
I may just have to create a character of or have Eric Draven from The Crow and make that Scorpion death drop. Just for actually, that's a good idea. I may have to do that because there are Eric Draven characters on there. All I'd have to do is just change the name. I did that once with excuse my language, for Tom. I just downloaded Shaggy and there was Tom.
And speaking of Eric from who joined, not Nemo, but the other Eric Brown, I believe his name was.
Yes.
I think he's a good person to have on streams. To be honest.
Yeah. He the only thing he had issue with was the same issue that J Bun had when she was in there. Was that was the technical issues of it. So, but we got that taken care of pretty quickly.
Have you known him before he went on the stream? Like, did he send the link or something? Like,
he may have been on a stream beforehand. I don't know if he's been on the Hangman Outcast. I'd have to go back and look, which again is that's why I've delayed the David Meltdown series, the compilation video, because that's going to take a lot of time stamping. Plus, Brandon gave me his permission to use clips from Rant and Rave, so that's another one.
And as for Eric, have you known him like for a while before?
Yeah, I've known him. I've known him way before, like going back before I even knew you guys. Hell, even before I even started my channel. So this is going back probably for 5 years. Or like this year will mark the 4-year anniversary. Actually, next month I believe will mark the 4-year anniversary of the channel. Or maybe we've already passed. I don't know, but
that's nice. Leon, what I'd like to tell, the reason why I have him on here, to, not only to make your debut, but what I'd like to tell us your experience on Rant and Rave that you did.
My experience on Rant and Rave, it was okay for what it was worth, but then again, I haven't been on a podcast for like quite some time, so it took me a little bit to adjust, as I haven't been on like a podcast in like years.
Oh yes. And what do you think of Rant and Rave and the Thursday Night Wars thing?
To me, I'm not into that whole Thursday Night War thing. I mean, I support both you guys and them, but to me, it's just like a waste of time if you want my honest opinion, because I'm not into the, like that whole war thing.
Well, this was actually Charlie's idea, actually, I believe. Or was it?
Yeah, the original plan was for the show to. We were supposed to do April 1st. It was going to be a one-time thing, and then I made a joke about us going prime time every Thursday night, and then I think Jordan was the one who really he didn't like it because he thought it would build animosity between the two people, and ironically, I talked to Tom about it. Tom thought it was a great idea. So really, it was my idea, but it was Tom who kind of gave, because this was before David became a co-host. So at that point, it was like it was my idea, but it was Tom's support that kind of made it go forward. And I told people, hey, if you have an issue with it, to me, like the only person I had really an issue with it was Jordan. So we just kind of decided, okay, we're gonna go with it and see how it continues on. And so far, like, of course, Brandon, me, and the rest of the guys, we've had fun with it. We're not what do you call it? Going against each other. We're not talking shit. Like we're talking shit, but we're not like doing it as a sense of, oh, well, it's being serious. We're just like having fun with it.
Yeah.
And and I actually thought it was like the only concern I had was my schedule. But after thinking about it, I thought it was a good idea because just something exciting to happen, So, and I made the trailer for the Thursday Night Wars, which I know a lot of people liked it. It took me all day to do it, believe me. But yeah, so it's been successful so far. Um, Leon, what else do you have to say
Oh, David,
about?
can I say something real quick?
Go ahead.
Just as a reminder, 30 minutes from now, because I just got a notification let me know that it's going to be premiering in 30 minutes. Reminder, everybody, if you did not see the rant and rave at what do you call it? If you didn't watch it at the what do you call it? I'm trying to think of on Twitch this past Monday, then you will have a chance again to watch it because it'll be premiering on my YouTube channel at 7 p.m. Central. Just let everybody know whatever they're doing,
Oh yes. But anyway, so here's my next question here for what else your thoughts you being coached on Rate Your Rave from 2 weeks ago or last week.
If I do end up being co-host, then cool. It's whatever. It's not like one of those things where I'm like excited over it. I mean, it's his channel. If they want to choose me as co-host, cool. If not, then it's whatever. It is what it is.
Oh yes. Now another thing what I want to say here is so that way everybody at the Rate Your Rave and Hammer Outcast crew, what would you like to tell us about your YouTube channel and what you do?
Okay, so I pretty much do like rant and commentary videos like that. I do like live streams every now and then, depending what the topic is. And for the most part, I get very high viewership on my live streams. But other than that, I mostly do like rant and commentary videos.
All right. And what besides doing YouTube, like, what are your hobbies? What things like you watching? Like for example, what things you like to watch on TV, or what video games you like to play? Like, what are your hobbies?
Well, I like doing animation videos, which is why I have been uploading on my main channel for like almost a month or two because I've been like busy with that. And as far as what I like to do, I like to play Soul Calibur, which is one of my favorite fighting genres of all time.
What's your favorite Soul Calibur game?
If I had to say, Soul Calibur 5.
Ah, yes.
And I'm gonna since Charlie, you're still here. Do you have any questions from for Neon about Rate and Rave or YouTube or anything like that? So we get to have more experience now. As well.
Give me a sec. I'm about to answer a phone from. I'm getting an assassination mission. All right. So, trying to think. Like I know Brandon's probably not watching, but per your experience, if you get I like what I don't know if you've seen the other interim guests to see who will become the permanent co-host. But in your opinion, what do you feel like in your own mind you could offer to the rant and rave that you feel maybe other people couldn't? If you had to figure kind of promote yourself and figure out how you would what do you have compared to the others?
What really cuts me from the rest of the crowd, for a lack of a better term, my professionalism. Even though it may not be like my channel, I do respect rules on their channel, and depending what they want to talk about, if I have any topics I want to talk about, I'll bring it up right there and then.
And your professionalism, one thing also I want to say, you are very passionate, especially with something that you have a passion to talk about. So that's another thing that I've seen knowing you for a good while now. Probably, it's been almost close to a year now since I've known you. A lot of the guys I've interacted with, I've known for almost a year now. And one thing I can't say, as someone who's been doing this for a while, say you are very passionate when it comes to it. So that's something I think that they can use because I sometimes feel that some of the guys in the group do lack passion
Yeah,
or in what they're talking about. No disrespect to those guys. This is my opinion on what I feel that they are severely lacking.
yeah, for a
They
lack of a better term, yeah.
Anything else you want to say, Charlie?
That's really it.
All right. What else? What other social medias you have besides YouTube and Discord, which I know you're on there, but any,
Um, I do have Facebook, which is for the people that don't have me on YouTube or Discord, so they can add me on there or whatever. I do have Yav.ai because they made it clear that I'm not welcome on their platform, which is completely fine. And I have a few alternate social medias that I rarely use, Instagram being one of them, and Telegram being another one.
oh, there we go. All right. Um, if you have, so you're doing Rant and Rave. Um, if there's any ideas you have to make the show better, what would it be?
Hmm, that's a hard one because I'm not one that thinks on the top of my head. I usually plan out my videos ahead of time, so I know exactly what to talk about, so I can get the thumbnail done, know what to say, what have you.
Yes. So, in another thing, I want to say is that I think you did very well on Rain Raven, and I think you might become close now. I'm not quite sure about the others, Tricky and Mr. Beauregard, but um, I think you have a better chance to become the next host, which no disrespect to the others, but uh, I think you have something to bring, and of course we all know why you're becoming. Uh, you know, there is trial codes right now, um, but I think you have something to bring. And plus, you have a pretty big crowd on your channel, I believe. And
I'm almost close to 800 subscribers last I checked.
yes, and here's the other. What is the average live viewers you have on your channel?
Um, Let me go to my video playlist because I can't really remember offhand, and most of them are for live streams.
Hmm.
Okay, let me go to my video section here real quick.
All right.
Okay, for most of my live videos, I get from anywhere from on my best day, I usually get maybe 300 or more, but if it's a topic that's trending, it'll go a bit higher.
Hmm. And what is the average views for you, Charlie?
As far as live streams,
Yes.
okay, let me go. Let me go because, like I said, of course, last episode we had about last time I checked, it was like one, I think 70, which is on the low side for the Hangman Outcast. But as far as like a standard, we rarely aim or have an episode that goes past it. Let's see. Okay, so the last few live streams I've done, Chilling the Gallows episodes 14, 13, 81, 88, see 159, 98, let's see 173, 250, 125. So like the Chilling the Gallows are like compared to the Hangman Outcast are kind of slowly rising in terms of viewership, but then you look at, of course, the Hangman Outcast, which could be anywhere from, see, like episode 39, 140. Damn it, let me go to my real quick. Let me go do this real quick. Okay. So, like, of course, episode 21 of the Hangman Outcast is at 693. It is only 7 views away from getting to 700, which is still the highest viewed Hangman Outcast. The most recent episode to match that is episode 37, which is also the longest stream / Hangman Outcast at 7 hours, 29 minutes, and 45 seconds at 478 views. Usually, the average range on a regular Outcast is usually between 2 to 300. Lowest is usually 100. I think the last time I got under 100 was, I think, the episode I interviewed you, David, which is why we're never doing that again. But
Well, I need for interviews.
well, you're a co-host, so really now I don't need a hype saying, "Oh, I'm interviewing David 3000," because but you do have a decent following too. What are you at now? 500 subscribers?
Yes, let me actually check right now. I'm currently at 549 subscribers as we speak.
Ah, okay. All right, let me gotta assassinate this one dude.
The highest video that I did live that had high viewership was the one I did on that Mr. Girl, whatever the fuck that dude's name was. And that has like almost 1,000 views because that was like a trending topic at the time.
Oh,
And personally, like I try, like sometimes I'm guilty of it too, but I try to stay away from, I guess, trendy topic. I think the last trendy topic I did talk about was Pepe Le Pew. Like when I was in a YouTube group before I started my own, that was one of the things they taught us was, oh, go after trendy topics. And I'm kind of, and I looked at them and I was like, isn't that a cheap way to get views? I'm like, if I'm passionate, if I know about it or if I'm passionate about it, like Pepe Le Pew, I am passionate about because I do like Pepe Le Pew. But I was like thinking, they weren't really saying, oh, if you know about it or something. I'm like thinking, isn't that like a cheap way to get views? I'm like, I personally like go with stuff that I've like that I feel like I like or that I feel like the audience is going to like, but mostly because again, there's some movies that people are never going to see, but but if one person watches the movie because of my recommendation, then I feel like I did something good. But
yeah.
because I always tell people, yeah, we talk about views here for the show, just to hype up the Hangman Outcast. But as I've told people, as long as there's one person who enjoys my content, that's all I care about. I don't really like, even with what's the other thing? Trying to think. Sorry, I'm running over this guy right now because I was supposed to assassinate him. Why won't you die? Sorry, I ran him over twice. Okay, hopefully that time it killed him. I think it did. I don't. Okay, I call. He's dead. All right, but yeah, that's why like you would never see me like play Fortnite on my channel because
that game is awful. I never played it, but I've seen what people do with that game as for gameplays, and I'm just like, heck no.
Well, I will admit there was one point in time where I did play it. This is going back a little bit. Actually, I think it was right when it got like popular, and I just wanted to check it out to see what, because I'm curious. I want to see what all the fuss is about. Is it something worth my time? Now, I will say Apex Legends or Call of Duty Warzone are better battle royales than those games, and I will even say PlayerUnknown's Battleground, PUBG. That's a better battle royale game, but again, it's just the fact that I don't really care too much about battle royale games because again, it's they're trendy things. They're not like really not something I really enjoy doing because I don't like playing like trendy games. I like playing stuff that is outside. That's why when you look at my channel and you look at certain movies, you'll see the generic horror movies that you're known to see. But then on the other hand, you'll see, for instance, Tammy and the T-Rex, or frickin' what's another one I could think of? Or you could see, I'm trying to think of another one. Shit. Yeah, I can't think right now, but there are different movies that I've reviewed that are outside the norm.
Mm-hmm.
You would consider the Human Centipede outside the norm.
Yeah. Continue.
Oh, I'm done. I just passed by an Easter egg for GT. I think it was San Andreas.
So since I have the answer as for the average views, with your following, Leon, I think Rating Wave can have that boost. So I think that could go well. And now, how did you Leon? How did you start your YouTube channel and all that stuff?
Um, I've been on YouTube for like a while, but I didn't start until like 2015. This is when the YWC was still in its prime, pretty much.
I see.
Now, Leon, actually, I have a question. What are your thoughts on like today's incarnation of the YWC? Like what it has become?
I think it's a disgrace, which is why I left that community in the first place, and which is why I found a much better home for my content in the rant community, because there is not as much drama there as it is in the YWC. That's why I pretty much built my own community from scratch from there.
Yeah, and the fact that, and that's why, like, I actually get irritated when people say, "Oh, you're the," like, I used to troll when me and Otaku had issues. I used to troll saying I'm the YWC heavyweight champion, but I would be like Shane Douglas with ECW with the NWA championship. I would have taken that belt and thrown it in the trash where it belongs, because I like. That's why, like, on my channel, you rarely see me talk about, like, I don't make it a mission to talk about wrestling, which, in my opinion, I can still talk about wrestling and not be a part of YWC, because it's like, yeah, I talk about it, doesn't mean I'm a part of it. But the fact is that it just become a cesspool. There are some good people in there. I'm not going to just completely bury them, but it's just the fact that certain people in it have just turned it into a laughing stock. And I'm always a firm believer that the one community that I've been a part of for probably the last 4 or 5 years, ever since I started my channel, that has actually gotten good. You don't hear too much drama, is the horror community. There was a beef between these two big YouTubers, Cody Leach and Drum Dums, Lee McCoy. Great YouTubers. I'm a fan of theirs. I'm friends with both of them, even though, like, they're both, are not on good terms. However, instead of making videos where they could have constantly, talk trash to one another, they just kept it quiet. I think they made a post on Facebook just saying that they're not friends with one another, and that's it. They didn't continue it. They didn't start any more drama, which was very nice. That's the type of stuff that I think is, if this was in the YWC, there would have been 4 or 5 videos already on each of them by people. And that's just the sad truth of it. It's as bad as sad as that is, they decide to handle it like grown-ups instead of acting like 2 little kids. So that's why I say I'm proud to be a part of horror community, because we don't get these types of people or these trolls who have pretty much made it not fun to be in the YWC. Again, even though I'm not officially in it, which I always laugh when people always say, "Oh, well, you're part of YWC," or one of the biggest jokes in the YWC. I'm like, I'm not even a part of YWC. Just because I'm friends with people who are in the YWC, just because I talk wrestling, does not mean I'm in the YWC. If anybody told me, "Hey, you want to be a part of YWC?" I laugh in their face and say, "Sorry, I'll pass."
And as for I know Charlie, you're somewhat in the game show community I'm part of, which is a very chill community I'm part of, where we play game shows and been part of this since I joined YouTube, and um, I've been following it for like almost 10 years as we speak, and um, you know I love doing my own thing where it comes to servers, um, like on Discord and groups on Facebook and stuff like that. Um, for me, I do my own thing. Like every day, I do my own thing. I used to, I make my videos, but it's about um, game shows, vlogs, or gameplay videos, whatever I do, and as for my server, which is Chilling3000's my game server, it's basically, even though it may just be most of the people from the game with me, but there's other people, including admins of mine, who are not really part of it. Um, and if you know what I mean, and uh, my server is not just about game shows; it's really about sports, um, video games mostly, and just you know, uh, coming back, and just having fun. And it's mostly also helping each other out as creators, and that's one of the reasons why I made the server and also the show as well, 0,000 Heroes, because I want to have people the chance uh, to be on my channel, and that's why I brought Leon here, and also Jason, which he'll be coming in about 10 minutes from now as we speak.
Who will?
Jason, Daniel, who was on your Hangout.
Oh yes, yes, it was on. Yeah, okay, okay. I saw him commented earlier in the chat.
Yes, he'll be coming
I'm
here soon.
assuming this chilling stream is going to be a little long, ain't it, David?
It's gonna be ending it at a little bit after 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. your time. I'm gonna stream until Tom starts his stream, so that way I can read it.
But I think I'm gonna head off here because I haven't been feeling that great for the past couple days. So I'll see you later.
All right, Leon. So that
Early
was
on.
yes. I think that was a pretty good discussion right there. Discussing what his experience on Rave and all this stuff. What do you think, Charlie, of that discussion?
I think it was good. Like, what was I going to say? What you should do, David, is what's the phrase I'm looking for? You should be share screening the premiere of the of HCPW episode 3 for us to watch on live and in living color when it comes on 7.
Well, the problem is I'll be having a mini interview with Jason as well to talk about his podcast and also to get know him a little bit more because he was on him and Outcast for like I don't know how long, but he did came in later, so
Yeah.
so that's why I'm kind of doing this, and also I want to have people chance to make their debut, and I believe Michael came on here for his debut as well. I'm not quite sure. He was on my other videos, like for my podcasts and stuff like that. But
I haven't seen him before on here, so
yes, how many people we have made their debut on episode 41? I thought we had a couple people making their debut on.
we had a couple. I just can't remember exactly who was it exactly. As I'm trying to get to, I just stole a submarine. I do think this is going to be the part where I bid adieu because I'm going to have to go and start making dinner.
All right. But you're more than welcome to ask questions in the live chat if you want for Jason.
Yeah, I'll probably come back in as like in the chat in a little bit, but Dave, I hate to leave you at your lonesome, but I'm sure you'll be fine. Anyway,
Oh, yes.
Thank you for letting me in. And of course, everybody watching, subscribe to my channel, Hangman Charlie. And of course, if you like what you see here, give David3000 some love and show him some support. And also check out episode 42, the Hangman Outcasts, so we can get the views even higher, so we can just decimate and have another 100 view gain against the Rant and Rave podcast. Anyway, David, catch you later. Peace.
See ya. So yeah, there you have it. That was Hammond, Charlie, Michael, Warrior, and Neon. I want to thank Neon for coming out to make his channel debut, as well as Michael from Warrior, which I believe this is his debut, if I'm correct on that. And for those who are wondering, for the next episodes of Chilling3000 Hangouts, I know we don't have a lot of people watching, but that's why I'm testing out this trial to see what time zones fit better, which I'm kind of happy where it is right now. But I might have something in store for next week's for episode 4, which I might want to air on Sunday, but however, it really depends on my plans for that day. So I may uh I may postpone it for another day there in the week. So let's just see what happens, what I am doing, and also really depends on the weather as well, if I'm gonna be out of town or not. But and as for episode 5, I might do this type of thing again. I might have certain someone on, and then I'll probably have like more people join. So for that time, over next time. Well, actually, no, that's for episode 6. I'm talking about. For episode 5 is going to be kind of like for the past 2 episodes, but for episode 6, I'm gonna do the thing I have in mind as I'm thinking about it. But yeah, I am happy how this turned out. I was kind of worried if I was gonna run out of questions, but I think we did decent. And to talk about his experience on Rant and Rave, and looking forward to what's coming up. So yeah. Um, and as we wait for Jason, I'm currently just doing some stuff on my laptop to just to uh, what I'm trying to say. Uh, and ladies and gentlemen, here is Jason.
Hey, what's going on? I hope I'm ready to go.
Yes. Hold on a sec. So yes. Here is Jason. Everybody here on Chilling3000 Hangouts. He was on the Hemi Outcast. I think last week. For episode 41. So, would you like to tell us about yourself, Jason?
Okay, David, thanks very much. I am the Queens New Yorker. I have a program that has been on now for the last 6.5 years with 178 episodes on Anchor. We talk about the borough of Queens, anything and everything associated with it. Right now, our episode series is focusing right now on the New York Mets, the history. So we fine-tune everything to the history of the borough itself. So one could say we are the history channel of Queens, if you want to put it that way. And I hope everybody tunes into it. I'm on Anchor. I'm on BitChute. Used to be on YouTube, but thanks to certain trolls out there who basically have destroyed the platform for me and for so many others who are trying our best to make money on a topic that we know has a lot of leverage. Okay. Game shows like what you guys do is very popular as well. And I love talking about old classic TV and classic game shows. So I'm very happy to be here tonight to spend some time. And like I say, if my computer crashes because of StreamYard, my apologies. Because I used to use StreamYard all the time, and now I don't know what happened. It
They
just,
use Zoom.
yep.
Uh, but so and also about YouTube. YouTube is broken as it is already. I mean, YouTube has so many problems right now.
I would love to be on an episode where we could just talk about how the trolls literally destroyed it. I hold them accountable for it. They can,
I
they,
think
you
I
know,
think that I think that is an idea that you could do on your show.
if I start doing that, then I raise red flags because then everybody's going to start attacking my show. And I tell you, well, not everybody, but I know one guy will start going back on the smear campaign trail because he's got nothing
Oh
better
yeah,
to do. And look, we're all trying to move forward, and the only way to do that is to leave a platform, unfortunately, that is dying because it's sad that the YouTube creators and you guys are really good at what you do by putting up content that is not only clean but informative, and that's what I like to watch.
yes,
And it's unfortunate that we have people out there that just don't like what other people do, don't like what I'm doing, and I say to those people, screw you, because you know what? In the end, the winners are going to win, the losers are going to lose. Why don't you just take your lumps and get on with your life? That's all I'm going to say about it.
definitely.
More, because to go on and to go on and to pretty much, explain to people why he's doing this. I could tell you why he's doing it. Narcissism is the biggest mental disease in the United States alone right now. I may not be a doctor and I may not be a neurosurgeon, but I believe narcissism, sociopathism, all those mental diseases that make people into crazy people is killing our society right now. So it's a sad thing, and right now we as a country need to pull together because of what COVID's doing to us. So all those narcissistic people who think, well, this would be a great way to just jump on everybody and ruin it for everybody. Well, you know what? You need to put your personal feelings aside. You need to put everything that you think you stand for aside and start joining the bandwagon of truth, honesty, and everything else. Because you know what? If we all come together as a country, we can all live in peace. And I think that's what we would want. But I don't think trolls want peace. I don't think they want prosperity. I don't think they want any of that, David.
Yes. But yeah, and of course with the virus that's been going on, we've been getting the vaccine. Happy to see places reopen, which I'm very happy about.
I think in general, I think everybody wants to get back to normalcy. We shouldn't have to wear
Yes.
a mask. If you got vaccinated, look, I got my first shot of COVID vaccine last week and going in about another 2 weeks for my second one. And the only reason why I'm doing it is because I eventually want to get on a plane and go back to New York and start filming some live location episodes to kind of back up my channel a little bit, go on location. And the only way to do that is to play Governor Cuomo's game of get vaccinated or don't come to our state. That's what he's basically saying. I mean, 40 years ago, Mario Cuomo, his father, did absolutely nothing for the state of New York. I know because I lived in that state, was born and raised. And here is the son doing absolutely nothing except pointing a finger saying, you got to do this, you got to do that. And you know what? When someone wants to point a finger in my face and tell me how to live my life, you're asking for trouble. You are asking for trouble. Really are. There's no 2 points about it. And I'm just sick and tired of guys like the man in Michigan, the guy in Clearwater, the guy in Brick, New Jersey, 3 of those dum-dums. I'm tired of you pointing a finger, telling everybody how to live their lives, okay? We're not your robots. We're not your slaves. We sure as hell ain't your children, and you're not blood related to us. So,
Yeah, agreed.
who are you to dictate and control what goes on social media and the likes of? Okay.
Yes.
And I explained this on Jordan Little's channel, Tom Willis. We all agree. You were there too. Eric Lima.
Yes.
We all agree that I tell you what, if we could put the trolls on and have healthy debates, and maybe they would see the light at the end of the tunnel for a change instead of being blinded by it. I think maybe they would actually see that, oh my God, wait a minute, there is something to this. But we'll never see their faces. We'll never get them on, and they refuse to come on because they're cowards. Cowards hide in the shadows. And you know what? I don't hide. I don't hide anymore. I never did. I never hid. I was always on the camera.
Yeah.
You know.
And I always present myself as well, like my last video, and I discuss whatever I like to talk about, and just have a good time and focus on my own stuff because that's the best way to do what you like to do.
Mhm.
And so now you do your podcast on Anchor, which I think is a very great platform. Um, how did you get started doing your podcast?
Well, about 6 years ago, I was in my apartment. I was living in an apartment, and I actually came up with the idea. I never talk about a borough like my hometown, and I figured, my hometown has a lot of history to it that I don't even know because I've only lived in like maybe two cities, two neighborhoods, and there's a total of 43 neighborhoods in the borough itself. You have Astoria all the way to the Rockaways, and each one of those neighborhoods has a great history, how it became. And I'm thinking, this would be a great topic for all those native New Yorkers who are out there to finally get a chance to look at peeling away layers of uncharted territory. So about 6 years ago, I came up with the idea for the Queens New Yorker, and I just started, citing information from, of course, the Wikipedia and other sources, which we do credit. We use pictures from the Wikipedia, but we always put where they are located and who did them, so that way everybody gets the credit. I don't take any credit for the pictures. I don't take any credit for the information. All the information is there for you to do the research. You can follow along with us. That's great. And take this as a learning experience. Think of me as your teacher. I'm learning just as much as you guys are about the borough itself. Why Queens? Queens is the largest populated borough of the 5. It's number 1. Number 3, Manhattan ranks third among the boroughs of population. If you talk population, we think of Manhattan as the most popular borough because that's where the heart of everything is. All the museums, where business is conducted. But Queens has a lot of businesses. It has a lot of history, and it goes all the way back to the 1800s when the Dutch came over here to settle. You're talking almost 400 years worth, but we didn't get established till 1899. So from 1634 to 1899, that's 200 years of uncharted history. Very little information.
Yes, and I've been doing it for 6 years, and I think I seen like an episode or two, and I gotta see the New York Mets one because I think that's something um, that is great to see. And what is the average views on your podcast?
Well, it can vary. A lot of people like to go back into the archives and look at older episodes to catch up with things. They like to go in numerical order. When I put an episode up there, I may get 3, 4, maybe 5 views on the day of putting that episode up. It's not till like 2-3 weeks later when the episodes start climbing because everybody's trying to play catch up to where we are. I don't expect people to to just, if they continue to watch us on a weekly base, on a 3-day a week basis, great, but everybody's got lives outside of the platform. So if you get a chance to watch an episode, great. If you want to continue, I would say go back to the first episode and listen to it. We're also on BitChute right now. I put the first 7 episodes back on MP4 format, which means now you'll have the slideshows to go with the audio. The thing that I'm trying to do is get them on many platforms that I can without the trolls trying to attack the channel. That's the idea. I'm on 9 platforms right now that are not YouTube related, and I think it's great. It's wonderful, and I'm getting paid for it. So,
yeah. And also, how long is your episodes? Each one.
Each episode is a minimum of 15 minutes, but it can go all the way up to I've done when I first started doing them, I started doing them like 28 minutes, almost a half an hour. But then I realized that audience retention is very small. We all have short attention spans, and we don't like to listen to information being discussed to us for too long. And so for that, I've cut it down to like about 22 minutes maximum. But they're always a minimum of 15 minutes because I always like to go over what we're talking about and definitely try to give everybody a chance to catch up with things. And here comes Tom Willis.
Yes.
My buddy is here. Yes.
And
Testing.
Can you hear us?
I can hear you.
All right. Welcome to the stream, Tom.
What's up? What are you talking about? You've been live for about an hour and a half.
I've been on since 7 p.m. actually.
Yeah, and I just came on 8 o'clock because I was actually having dinner when he messaged me. I was like, "Oh shoot, I totally forgot that I was a guest on this show tonight," and I was having dinner.
Yeah,
and,
I was actually surprised to see you. I was like, "Wow, Jason's in there."
Yeah, well, thanks again, Tom, for having me on your show a couple of weeks ago. It was great. Even though I'm sorry that my computer kept freezing up with StreamYard.
It's okay. It happens.
I mean, I gave it a couple of times, and it's like back to back to back. I was like, "Holy cow, that's it's not a
that happens to everyone." You know what I mean? Like it's a part of it. That's actually a StreamYard issue. You know how many times I'll be on my phone and I accidentally exit the app because it's not. So StreamYard on your phone isn't an independent app. It's built into the browser. So that's the number one issue, because the moment you accidentally leave a tab or accidentally click your phone, you get booted out of StreamYard. They need a native app. If I were to do anything, they're getting $25 a month for people like Charlie and Arthur and who knows, a mess of other people. $25 a month. And David and Brandon, $25 a month. That's $100 and just 4 people a month. Okay, so. But if you could probably afford an app. They could probably make an app. I mean, come on. I mean, how hard is it? There's an app for everything. They should have an app for StreamYard.
Well, I heard that if you have the free version of StreamYard, you get about 20 hours a month. So if you hosted for 20 days, an hour a day, you would pretty much get maximum usage before you'd have to wait till the following month to get your 20 hours back.
Or you could do what I do, and I use OBS, and I don't actually. You only get 30 hours live on StreamYard. Live. I don't go live on StreamYard. What I do is I use OBS, and I just record my screen using StreamYard. So then I use no time.
So
how you doing, Eric?
Hey, Eric. Good. How you doing, Jason? Guys.
All right.
Hey. Eric, I'm glad you're here. I just literally about 10 minutes ago, I looked at your Facebook because you posted pictures of the Game Boy Advance console. That is the coolest little thing I've seen. Look at that. That looks really good. I've never seen anything like it.
Yes, I've seen those.
Iverson makes Retron. They're trying to make systems that, old school systems that give you the ability to play them on your high def television. And
you all guys need to come down to Florida here. I was just at an Arcade Monsters in a plaza called Arcade Monsters, and I spent about 5 hours playing Missile Command, Pac-Man, Donkey Kong, Burger Time. Man, I was just like, and on all the pinball machines, $20 unlimited play.
Arcade Monsters
damn.
in Florida. I gotta look that up.
Hey, Eric, isn't
Yeah.
there a on Purchase Street? I think it is. Isn't there a?
Oh yeah, in New Bedford on Flirt and on on in New Bedford, trying to get everything here. It's been a crazy couple of weeks for me trying to settle down here. In my hometown, New Bedford, on a street called Purchase Street. No, it's on Union Street.
Union Street. Okay, yeah, I get those two
It's
confused.
called Play Arcade. I've not been in there yet, but it has some.
I haven't
arcade.
either. It looked so cool though. I drove by one day because I had to go to the hospital, and I was driving through there, and I saw the logo, and it has like this like off color type. It looked really good.
I've seen pictures of it. I've seen pictures of it, and it looks pretty cool. I think one day I'll go in and order some food from there, and
That's unlimited play too. For there,
Yeah.
you just pay and you get in there.
These unlimited play arcades with the free play on them are coming back, and I'm glad that they're catering to all ages, including us 40s. And Eric could attest to that, because then we can play the old Atari games, and they have the console tables there, and then they have Xbox 5 being projected on the wall.
Yeah, that's crazy that they do that. It's cool though.
It is something, and good thing I bought the Nintendo Switch. I can play some of the arcade classics on there as well. So it's
okay, now I got to ask you guys a question, because I'm in the process of trying to find the best price for a ColecoVision. Anybody have an idea of what they're going for? And I'm only looking for 4 games to go with to play with this console. I want the original.
You're looking for an original ColecoVision?
Yeah, refurbished, or if somebody is willing to give it up.
I bought mine at the games to go for about $100.
$100. And how much did you pay for the games themselves?
Oh shoot, I bought the games online as well.
How much were they going for?
Yeah, it all depends. It may vary from $10, $25.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it all depends. It's something if you get them in boxes and everything else.
Yeah.
You have to get them online, right? You can't get
them online, obviously.
But I mean, if somebody is out there is willing to part with it with 4 games of what I'm asking for, I'm asking for 4 because they're the ones that I frequently used to play when I was a kid. So I didn't have had a good collection, but you used to only play like 4 or 5 maybe at a time, and that's about it. And then you get to the point where you're just like, I'm all Coleco'd out.
Well, yeah, I get that. The moment I turn on a ColecoVision or an Atari, I'm already Atari'd and Coleco'd out. I turn it on, I'm like, yeah, this is not for me, and I go back to something else.
How about 8 hours of Asteroids, man? That
I could do 8 hours of Asteroids.
I did that one time. I played 8 straight hours of Asteroids. My stomach was literally growling because I didn't eat anything, and I guess I got up from where I was sitting. I literally fainted.
Oh man,
that's how addicting Asteroids can be. Sometimes you lose all track of time.
Hey, I pay tribute to Atari too on my stream. Every once in a while, if a viewer wants, I have this website where I do Pong 1-on-1.
Oh,
the classic.
Also, Hyperkin did brought out a system a couple of years ago where you'd be able to play Atari games on your flat screen TV. It's called the Retron 77.
Oh yes, I've seen that in Hudson's Video Games here in Oviedo.
Yeah. So
did you take a look at Arcade Monsters online, Eric? Did you see the website?
I haven't seen anything yet. I want to check it out soon. I want to do it on my own time.
Oh, okay.
Now, I'm super multitasking here. Because I'm talking to you guys. I'm watching SmackDown after Mania.
Thought you were watching the Red Sox game tonight.
Unfortunately, thanks to the stupid weather,
it probably got rained out.
Rained out.
That was crazy. It like snowed today. I didn't even expect it.
Well, I didn't expect it to snow. I expected the rain, but it wasn't that much snow.
No, it's gonna melt tomorrow.
Your Red Sox are doing fantastic, Eric. Unbelievable. 9-3 in the last 12 games. That is a tremendous 12-game record. Yeah, 9-3. You really are showing dominance in the East.
Yeah, dominance in the East right now. It'll take the other teams to catch up, but we got Chicago coming in. Yeah, 4-game series. So here's how it works. Well, I think we're playing Friday. No, not Friday. That's today. Tomorrow, we get Sunday a doubleheader.
Oh yeah.
And then we get the Patriots Day game because we have Patriots Day here in Massachusetts, and that game is at 11 o'clock.
Oh, yes.
And the Mets are going against the Rockies. They're in Colorado for a 3-game series tonight at 8:40 starting. So Mets are 5-3 with eight games. See, this whole COVID thing kind of threw everybody off, and the Washington Nationals have the same problem as the Mets. Yeah. They're 4 games behind everybody else. Those two teams. So,
and as for the Red Sox as well.
It drew last season. It drew off the Red Sox, but this year it looks like the Red Sox found a groove or something because
that's crazy. They like this. Yeah. The Red Sox have been doing this for 10 years now. They have like a really terrible season, and then the next year, all of a sudden, they have a really amazing season.
Yeah, and end up winning the World Series at one point. I mean, we won the World Series 3 years ago? It's crazy. So.
Yeah, they went from number 1. They went from last place to first place in the span of 2 seasons.
Yeah,
that was 2012 and 2013 when they went from last to first.
Remember 2011? What's that chicken and beer?
Yeah, chicken and beer incident, and all these players, left the team, and all of a sudden, 2 years later, end up winning the World Series.
Yeah,
what is it about the chicken and beer?
Well, Crawford was. He was okay. He was, he was
Gonzalez. I don't know why probably the front office thought those 2 guys would help, but
Adrian Gonzalez did good. I felt like he was. It sucked that we had to get rid of him, but it was the only way we were going to get rid of Beckett, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted Beckett, but if we threw Gonzalez in the deal, the Dodgers were like, okay.
Mm-hmm. So so the Red Sox, doing very well. I mean, I liked the fact that Alex Verdugo, that guy can hit, that guy can play, got a lot of energy. JD Martinez back to where he's supposed to be. I mean, it is insane.
Yeah, he's good when he's healthy as well, and he had like 3 home runs, I believe, this past Wednesday.
Yeah,
on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of sports. Well, this ain't really sports, but it is at Gillette. Tomorrow at 11, I get my first vaccine shot at Gillette Stadium.
Oh, they do that there? Wow.
I already got my first shot, last week, and I'm going back for my second one in 2 weeks.
Which one did you get?
I got the Moderna.
That's what I'm getting too.
Moderna or the Pfizer, the 2-shot one, because like I was telling David, I said, I'm ready to go on a plane and fly to New York to get some footage for the Queen's New Yorker.
That's a good idea, actually.
Yeah, because that's going to be down in the future part of the series right now. And I was just telling David, we're doing the series on the history of the New York Mets. Next series coming up after that, who knows where we're going? But I think we're going to be talking about Arthur Ashe Stadium, which is the stadium next to Citi Field. Has a lot of history on that. I've got to see how long I can play it out on that one. So.
That sounds cool, man. Well, you definitely want to get your vaccine before you go to New York City.
And I'm doing it also in case my job decides to mandate it later. I'm already prepared, so I'm one step ahead of everybody. You got to be.
Definitely.
Do you have any side effects?
The first shot, I only had muscle soreness in where they shot me. I hear a lot of people get sicker on the second one. I did on the first one.
I actually heard a weird thing. I heard that the people that get sicker were probably going to be the ones that didn't. So this is a weird thing. I don't know if it's true, but the people that get sicker are the ones that usually don't get any symptoms when they get COVID, and the people that don't get sick are the ones that get really sick when they get COVID.
That would be me because look, I maybe have been asymptomatic all this time with the year and a half that COVID's been in the country. And last year when we were on lockdown, I just had gotten over laryngitis prior to the whole pandemic starting. So
that's crazy. Me too.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
I could not talk. I could not talk. I still went to work, which was kind of a mistake on my part. But,
Did everybody look at you weird? Because when I had it, people thought I had COVID.
No. Nobody knew about COVID in February. It really didn't start hitting down here till March. So we were not on lockdown from Universal until 2 days before St. Patrick's Day, March 16th.
Well, I'm wicked paranoid. I was talking about COVID in like December, and I was telling everybody at my work that it's coming. People were in denial, and I was like, "It's coming, it's coming." And in February, I was like, "It's right around the corner." Seattle's already taken all the toilet paper, and I knew it was coming over here too. I called it. I said it right down to the point. I'm like, "You people are." And then I was saying, even during it, I was like, "They're going to shut down this," and then they were like, "They're crazy. They're not going to shut down that." And they shut it down. Everything happens.
Tell you this: the Governor DeSantis did not shut down the state as of this year. He's kept it open. He's gone against everything that basically the president and all of the Democratic governors. He's not listening to them. He's saying, "Screw you! I'm not shutting my state down, even though the numbers seem to increase." Why? Because when you shut things down, people got to work. People have to have a life. Okay, and you shutting things down and keeping people in their homes is not productive, and it's not capitalism. It's not what our country was based on. And so all the governors of the states which they run, if they're conservative governors, they're not going to shut their states down. They're going to keep them open, and they're going to do what they need to do to make money for the state. And I think it should be up to states to choose that, and not for the federal government to keep sticking their nose where it don't belong. I'm sorry, but I don't believe that nobody in Capitol Hill should be telling any state governor to shut down just because your numbers are up.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't know. See, none of us will ever know if that actually prevented anything, because
it didn't really, because I went back to work last June, and we've had several employees in our department they had COVID, but they were out for 2 weeks, but they came back fine and they're back to work. I mean, they were given paid time off. They were covered by the employer, which is Comcast, which owns Universal and several other conglomerates. And they were back to work in 2 weeks, and everything's fine and dandy.
Typically I've heard that. That's typically been the consensus.
It's truly amazing how some corporations do take care of their employees very well and put aside some money so that they still can pay them, so they don't have to go on unemployment. Thank God.
Well, my company laid me off. And then I came back and they laid me off again. And then I said, screw that. Screw that. And I found a different company, and I now make more money and more hours at this company.
Of course, you were just doing what you were trying to do to keep it, to stay in a job. But if your company's going to keep laying you off, you might as well just tell them goodbye.
Yeah, like forget it. The second time I was like, nah, I know I'm a good worker. And I felt like at that point I was kind of pissed. And I already had a job like lined up. Like people have been saying that it's your job if you want it for like years. And I finally just texted my friend and I was like, hey, is there, you still looking to fill that position? And he was like, yeah. And then boom, there I go. I'm working more hours with more pay.
Well, now here's another topic that I think we all should discuss here. And anybody, what is your how was the word I'm talking? What is your opinion on Pluto TV? Do you guys love it? Do you hate it?
I like it.
Well, I think that Pluto should be a planet, because I don't know why.
Yeah, I can understand your idea, but that Pluto TV is fun. You got 400 channels, all some retro. Some way, shape, or form. There is some new stuff, and it's free TV from your app. I love it.
I like Pluto TV. They have an All American Gladiators channel. It had an All Prices Right Barker era channel.
Yes,
1982. Right now, we've seen the rebirth of Plinko come back.
Yeah.
Holy God. And we're looking at cars that had a price tag of no more than $6,000.
That's nuts, right?
That is nuts, man.
Yeah, I wish. $6,000 is like a down payment.
Exactly. By today's standards, yeah.
I think that was my down payment for my car. So I mean, that sucks, actually.
They have Game Show Central and Buzzer. So now you can catch all of that. Next thing you know, I mean, they have the Norman Lear.
So they have Buzzer on Pluto TV, and they have the Game Show Network.
Well, it's called Game Show Central now.
Okay.
It's basically hello there, Jeffrey. Basically, what Game Show Central is basically all Game Show Network originals.
Yep. But,
And
with some classics, because they still have you could still catch the 1 to 4 hour with Classic Concentration, all of Alan Lund's Password, Super Password,
yes,
up to that. But the Buzzer play. Oh, I'm sorry, that's GSN. I'm sorry, I'm thinking of Buzzer. But Buzzer plays too much match game. They need to cut down on the amount of match game. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So quick question: did they remove Game Show Central from television?
No,
From cable? No, it's still there.
It's still on Spectrum, and it's still on all the satellites, the dishes, and everything.
Okay, is it the same exact program on Pluto TV?
Yeah. The same with Buzzer too. They're following the same schedule, but I would rather see it on Pluto for free instead of having to pay for it. I believe we are getting streaming channels, and that's the way the future is going to be, guys. And you can accept it or you can hate it. It's up to you.
I've been doing research for. Okay, so get this. So back in 2012, I think it was, I was looking at cable, and I was like, let's see. So did you know that back in 1985, the core audience for primetime television was between the ages of 16 and 26. That was the core audience. This is 1985. That was like the majority of the ratings was between, like they said, 16 and like 26. That was like the 10 years. That was your gap in the 1985. So that it's a pretty good age. That's the age that you want to hit because that most of them are alive. So that is the age where you're going to get ratings. Nowadays, if you look at the core audience, it's between the ages of 46 and 56. So that's the same exact. That's the same exact people.
Well,
they've gained no new audience.
Well, it's interesting to know, Tom, that you touch a point. The majority of the people that listen to my program on Anchor are over the age of 35. We hit the 35 to 60 range because anything you do with history, you're going to get that. We don't hit a lot of the 18 under, very little. 18 over, maybe the 18 to 32. Yeah, we get some, but it's that 35 to 55 and up that really does like the program. And they like anything historic because when you talk history about that, they tune in, and they tune in with a fine tooth comb.
and
That's funny. Me and Charlie's demographic is sometimes I think it's children, but they are a little. I think based on what I've seen, our demographic is between the ages of 16 and 28.
Well, you also talk about games, and you're also on Twitch as well too, and that's a very young audience over there when you're talking gaming and everything.
Agreed.
Yeah, like most of my audience is younger than me, if I'm being completely honest.
Well, and that's good to get to reach out to it. What I'm impressed about is that the younger generation, and I'm talking younger than me, you guys are appreciating what we grew up with. Back when we were kids, that's Atari, ColecoVision.
Oh yes, yeah, you're right.
The old classic television shows, because you're understanding. You're understanding that this was wholesome TV. I think of it as the dark ages of television. By that I mean you sit in your living room, and the only light source that was in your living room at 8:00 at night was your TV, and everybody would sit there glued. That's what I like to call the dark age. And it was comfy, it was cozy. It was like, get the popcorn. Let's watch Three's Company, or let's sit and watch MASH for all that matter.
You make a good point, because see, back in my day, we used to gather around the radio and we listened to the latest movies on the Colombian News Network.
The
Colombian Broadcasting
System, which is now CBS, which is CBS. It's interesting. I also did, when I was living in New York, and I'm a huge New Jersey Nets fan now, Brooklyn Nets. And what I did was I didn't have cable TV until I came down here. So here's myself, the age of 13. I went to the newspaper, the Daily News, and I took the entire New Jersey Nets schedule, put it on my calendar, tuned into their radio station, 1560, and listened to every game on the radio every night even if it was a 10:30 game on the West Coast. I listened to it, and I listened to an entire season on the radio. And you know what? I actually liked it better than watching it on television. I thought I was right there, had my own front row seat. The excitement was better on the radio than it was on watching it on TV.
Well, I used to do the same thing. So it's funny. We're not too far off, like in terms. By that I mean, like I'd say from like 2005, probably maybe 2004 to like 2009. I used to get the Red Sox schedules from the bank. They always would print them on a magnet. But the reason why I'd get them is because it would have the radio, like the broadcast time, and what station it was on.
Right.
And if it wasn't on a station, I'd know. But usually it was on a network called WEEI Sports Radio with and who was the guy that would announce? Oh my God!
Let me look up the announcer right now. Actually,
the guy was it Joe Castiglione?
Sounds familiar. Yeah. In a real Italian name.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh man!
We had for the New York Mets, we had 66 WFAN, and with Bob Murphy in the gang, and Bob Murphy unfortunately has passed on, but he was the voice of the Mets on the radio. And I tell you, listening to the Mets on the radio, and Eric Lima could probably even vouch for this. Probably so much. It's like being right there. Do you listen to the Red Sox game sometime on the radio when you're sleeping, Eric?
Eric, let me quiz you real quick. This might sound familiar. Joe Castiglione here. We got Manny Ramirez coming up at bat. He hit it right in. David Ortiz light up. Get your Salisbury steak at Shaw's.
Joe Castiglione is a Red Sox radio legend.
Yeah.
He's most iconic in our area. Definitely. Yes. Joe Castiglione.
Before that, it was for the Boston Celtics. Wasn't it the guy with the very raspy voice?
I forget who it was for the Celtics. I was not much of a basketball fan.
And then Gino Capoletti would do the
Patriots,
the Patriots game. So now we get Scott Zolak with show ponies. Where's the beef?
Oh, I remember that. Gil
Santos,
was at that
game. I was actually at that game. I missed the call.
Gil Santos was another Patriots caller as well. Yeah, Joe Castiglione has been doing radio for a long time.
Oh yeah.
Jerry Trupiano was another one.
On the wall, back, and gone. David Ortiz for the grand slam.
I used to remember Bob Murphy going, and a high fly ball deep to left field on the track, and it's gone. Goodbye, home run.
And Dave O'Brien, before he moved over to Nesson, was part of WEEI Radio. That's what we have here in New England, WEEI Radio. Dave O'Brien was another one before Nesson had pegged him to replace Don Orsillo. Which Don Orsillo and Jerry Remy have been the most loved broadcasting duo in the Red Sox nation. Because they'll see some mundane thing happen in the stands, and they'll laugh like 10 minutes straight and kind of call like
Oh yeah, I love watching Nesson when they do that.
And when they had Dennis Leary and Lenny Clark, it was a game against Detroit. I think it was 2005 or 2006. I forget it. They had Dennis Leary and Lenny Clark on Nesson during the broadcast with Don Orsillo and Remy. And what would happen was it all got started when Dennis Leary asked, "Is Dan Euclid a Greek kid?" And then they come out and they found out he's Jewish, and they went crazy. He's Jewish, that was great, awesome. And then he started dissing on Mel Gibson. And then I think it was Kevin Euclid made a play, defensive play. And here, where's Mel Gibson now? Where's Mel Gibson now? He's in rehab, and we got a Jewish first baseman. Donald Cello and Jeremy Remy lost it. They were laughing so hard. It was the funniest thing.
Now, do you guys know the great comedian Jim Brewer?
Oh yeah,
diehard.
He follows me on Twitter. He's hilarious.
Yes, he is amazing.
He does the best impression of the lead singer from AC/DC.
Yeah,
the Hulky. I'm like laughing.
But he was on the hot seat with Ron Darling, Keith Hernandez, and Gary Cohn on SNY TV, and they had him in the box, and he's going nuts trying to and calling the games and everything. And he goes, and Curtis and Grady did it again. Yeah, get another home run. Grady up deep right field. Goodbye. I'm like, my God, he could actually pass as a very good sports announcer. He's got the voice for it.
Yeah, it's we have some of the best sports, some of the best sports announcers in New England today. Which especially Orsillo and Remy were legends, and of course when the Nets and let Orsillo go, a lot of fans were not very happy about that.
Mm-hmm.
Like breaking, it's like breaking up the Madden and Summerall of Red Sox baseball, because.
And by the way, I looked it up. Chill has been the announcer since the radio announcer since 1983.
Oh wow!
When I was younger though, in the late '80s, early '90s, when the Red Sox were on TV 38 in Boston, WSBK, we had Sean McDonough and Bob Montgomery, and
on TV or on radio?
On TV.
On TV.
WSBK TV 38.
Yeah,
that's where we watch our Three Stooges marathon.
Oh yeah. It's kind of like your WPIX station here in like New York 11 or WWOR 9 almost kind of. That's where the Stooges was all. Because we had Ralph Kiner and Tim McCarver and Rusty Staub as the commentators for the Mets on Channel 9. And then, of course, we had...
I'll tell you what. Him and Joe Buck are like baseball royalty when it comes... a lot of people don't like Joe Buck.
After Tim McCarver left 9, after he left the Mets, he was on, Fox... as a Fox Saturday Baseball.
Yeah,
he was a regular on that.
And he's got great knowledge. The thing is, he's got great knowledge. He's
very knowledgeable.
A catcher.
What about? Hey, sorry to interrupt. Remember John Sterling for the Yankees?
Oh yeah.
Where he'd be like, "Hit the ball, back. It's an A-bomb from A-Rod."
Well, see, I'm not really a Yankees fan, but the only time I remember watching Yankees baseball was when Phil Rizzuto was there.
Holy cow! It's Phil Rizzuto on the
Holy cow! On the microphone is Phil Rizzuto. What a shot to left field! Can you?
Like Harry Carey almost.
We should know.
Cubs win.
I hated the Yankees, but I used to listen to them because as a Red Sox fan, you still want to know, how they're doing because how they're doing is.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, during the Red Sox-Yankees rivalry, when it was actually hot, you listened to both games because both games it was a race to see who would win the pennant.
Yeah,
right.
Definitely.
Now the Yankees and Red Sox suck one year and they're good another, so they're like, I don't understand.
Well, right now,
the Yankees suck, the Red Sox are good.
We're like 5-7. We're 9-3.
What's the Yankees record? What's the Yankee record right now?
About 5-7.
What's our record?
9-3.
9-3 in first.
All right, so
9-4 actually because we lost the first 3 games yesterday.
Oh,
all right. Well, still, this year could be different because the Yankees are going to be good this year.
Yeah.
Everybody's predicting the Yankees, and everybody's predicting that Washington should be coming out of their slump. Philly looking really good this year. LA, of course, is a threat in the West. You've got Oakland and Seattle and guys in the. I really root. Even though I'm not an American League fan, I do root for the guys out in the West, in the American League West, because they're not really talked about that much. You got Oakland, Seattle. You've got Anaheim.
Anaheim's going to be good. I have.
Who's the 4th team in the American League West? Anaheim and.
I think the reason why the American League West has not been talked about is Houston's been dominating it, and now
Houston
called out to be Peters, so it's like.
I didn't know that. Let me see. I'm gonna be standings. Let me see.
By the way, Houston is my second most hated team because of what they did, basically. So.
But,
okay, you got the Mariners, the Angels, the Astros, Athletic. Oh, and the Texas Rangers are now in the West. Okay,
yeah.
See, nobody really talks about that team now. Right now, Seattle's on top. Right now, 8-5. The Angels are 7-5. The Stros are 6-6. Athletics 6-7, and the Rangers 6-7. So that
seems you are right, but it seems like to me, baseball only ever talks about like a few teams.
Exactly.
The very good teams, the teams with the high marketing teams.
Right. And
Right.
out west, unless of course you live out west, then you'll be hearing more about those teams than you would on the east.
Teams with huge history, like the Cubs or the Red Sox.
Yeah.
I
Well,
know.
we only hear me and Eric, for example. We're only going to hear about the Blue Jays, Toronto, the Red Sox, the Yankees. I think what other sports do better than baseball is you get a glimpse of the entire league,
like football.
like football, basketball
I think
too.
I think it's a number of games too. And football's got a smaller number of games.
Yeah.
Baseball's got a large number of games as well.
But see, and down here we have 3 football teams, but we really only talk about one team, and that's Tampa Bay right now because they've got Brady and they won the Super Bowl.
Oh wow, Brady wins another Super Bowl. I love it.
He wins the Super Bowl because look at where he goes now. He goes down, comes down to Tampa Bay, and he's making
and Edelman's retired. Edelman announced his retirement.
And who goes with Brady to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? Gronkowski.
Yeah.
Wherever Brady goes, Gronkowski goes.
Yeah.
Well, Edelman can't pass a physical. Edelman, he screwed up his arm. And that's the reason why his knee. It was his knee. He's had this bad knee for years. He's done. I mean, look at him last year. Look at him the year before.
Speaking of knee, Dustin.
It's unfortunate.
Speaking of knee injuries, Dustin.
Hey, 12-year career. That's pretty good. In the 80s, players only lasted like 7.
Yeah.
So 12 years is pretty good for a football player.
Hey, what is it? 3 or 4 Super Bowls for Edelman? That's not bad.
No.
Hey, why not retire?
He's been on the team since 2009. I remember him being the kick return on that same team that Wes Welker was on.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Wes Welker. There's another one. Oh, my God. I'm surprised he didn't go with Brady and Gronkowski down to Tampa Bay because it's like the 3 of those guys are like trifecta for the Patriots.
He coaches for Denver. I'm pretty sure that's what Wes Welker does.
Also, speaking of knee injuries, Dustin Pedroia retired, unfortunately.
That was coming.
And Drew Brees announced retirement too.
Yeah,
that stinks. Dustin Pedroia is retired. He was supposed to play till 2028, I thought, right? Didn't he sign a 10-year deal like a few years back?
But then Manny Machado screwed that up.
Yeah.
We're still a lot of Soxers that still take the Machado for that.
Yeah,
revenge when we struck him out in as the last batter in the World Series in 2018. That was sweet.
Yes, it was definitely. Also about we were talking about Pluto TV. When I heard the announcement for Price is Right, I was very happy to see that. That made my year a little bit better, to be honest, because we all miss watching those episodes because TSN Games Network doesn't air them anymore because we all know why. I think it has to do with behind the scenes stuff, but that's for another story for another time.
I'll be happy if Pluto TV decides to air game shows that were owned by Sony. Bullseye. If Pluto TV can make a channel for that, I'll be happy and watch that every single day.
Well, Eric, I think you should be happy to know that there are Bullseye episodes out there on YouTube, my friend.
I've been watching them and downloading them. That way I can keep them and watch them and everything else.
There's also Play the Percentages too. That was also a Barry and Enright.
All the Barry if Pluto TV can get a channel dedicated to Barry and Enright game shows, I'll watch it.
Oh yeah. I think they'd have to have their own channel because remember there's so many Barry and Enright shows. Yeah,
that's what I mean. And they should have their own channel. Yeah, for Pluto TV, have their own channel.
I think you'd be right.
Speaking of TV, I have a good question that you guys might like. What back in the 80s? Because I can tell you what I watched. Because I was more 90s. But Saturday morning cartoons. What was the channel that you found yourself watching the most for Saturday morning cartoon?
Depends on what shows I like. You see, on ABC, I was a big Pac-Man when Pac-Man was a cartoon. That was out on ABC.
83. Yeah, that was 83.
And CBS, to me, Saturday Supercade was another one that I watched.
I was basically just flipping through 2, 4, and 2, 4, 5, and 7. Basically, that was ABC, CBS, and NBC. I was flipping through anything and everything on Saturday morning, and finishing it off with American Bandstand on ABC. Yep. That was like the official end of the car. You knew that when the weekend special came on ABC, it was the end of the Saturday morning cartoons.
Yeah.
Bring in the weekend special.
Yeah. So, yeah, I usually Pac-Man I used to watch on ABC. CBS would be Hulk Hogan's Rock and Wrestling, Saturday Super K. I used to watch Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Muppet Babies.
Muppet Babies was another one.
Yep.
NBC was Smurfs, Snorks,
Chipmunks.
and Alvin and Chipmunks also. And then you got Kid Video in '84. Kid Video in '84.
That was the whole MTV thing that they kind of made.
Yeah, and when MTV got big, they decided to do a whole thing on that.
Let's put it this way: Menudo with Ricky Martin was exposed on Kid Video more than any other group.
Menudo was big back in the '80s, especially.
Menudo was very big, and Ricky Martin was just a little guy. He was the shortest guy in the group. He looked like a Peter Pan on steroids. You know what I mean?
Yeah. See, when I was a kid, it was the '90s, and really, it was like Fox Kids. Like, really, that was
you were really exposed to that. But they still had the Incredible Hulk in the '90s, which was good. The cartoon.
Well, I love those. That's what I'm referring to. But the Batman animated series, Superman, Spider-Man,
the
Ninja Turtles, X-Men was another one.
Of course, the Power Rangers came out in the '90s.
Power Rangers, yeah.
But you know what I found on YouTube, and it's interesting. I found old Voltron episodes. Can you believe that? They're on YouTube now. Somebody, I guess, apparently uploaded the season of Voltron. Eric, do you know about that?
What is it? Well, I wasn't paying attention.
Voltron is now on YouTube.
Voltron? I knew that.
Oh, yeah.
I know. No, better yet. Why worry about Voltron when
DVD set? How many episodes is that, or how many seasons was it?
This is the 124 epic episodes altogether from both the Lion episode and the vehicle version.
Oh, they had yes, because I had the vehicle model instead of the Lion. I had the first one. Yeah. But of course, everybody remembers the Lion one more than they remember the vehicle one.
Yeah, the Lion one was a little bit more popular. Yeah, Voltron does have its channel. He-Man and He-Man Masters of the Universe Filmation has their own YouTube channel, as well as Filmation's Ghostbusters. I have DVD sets of all three.
The real Ghostbusters and the fake Ghostbusters, I like to call
the Filmation's Ghostbusters. In fact, the Filmation's Ghostbusters were based off the original Ghostbuster live action, and in 1975, Hangman Charlie was going on.
Yes.
Yeah. The Filmation's Ghostbusters was based off the live action version of Ghostbusters back in 1975, which has the sons of those, which has the sons of the Ghostbusters.
Oh wow!
Jay Kong Jr., Eddie Spencer Jr., Tracy the Gorilla. So that's where it's all based off from.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to play a good a sequel to Ghostbusters, the game, they actually remastered the game. You can get it on the Xbox One and PlayStation 4. It's just Ghostbusters, but it's really the sequel to it. It takes place not too far after the first movie, and you're actually like a new trainee that joined the Ghostbusters, and a bunch of stuff unfolds.
And I find it just fascinating that all this is history. Here we are, about 30-something years later. It's a good round number.
Yeah. So I'm trying to multitask because I do like event center recaps of wrestling after the show's over. So I'm trying to pay attention to that. Cartoons came a long way. In fact, I got a lot of cartoons on DVD, cartoon series on DVD. I got He-Man and She-Ra both on DVD.
Ah,
I got Filmation's Ghostbusters on DVD. I mean, over here, man, it's unbelievable.
he's got the whole pack. He's a pack rack, man.
Are they in Blu-ray?
Eric Lima, when it
Say
comes
they're in Blu-ray. Charlie will be in here in 2 seconds.
right, you know.
With Joey Wheeler. Anyways, yeah. See, I got the Pac-Man. Hanna-Barbera did the Pac-Man cartoons.
Wow.
You know,
Well, I thought it was Ruby Spears that did the animation.
I think Ruby Spears. I think Ruby Spears. One point, yeah. Hanna-Barbera owns that library too. The Ruby Spears.
Yeah, because
Ruby
Ruby Spears,
Super Kate has not
and Smurfs and
reason why Saturday Super Kate was not on DVD because you have all the royalties from the video game companies,
right?
Donkey Kong Jr. and all that. So it's tough to find. It's tough to find a DVD or even a bootleg set. Which good luck with that. These are the original Ghostbusters I have on DVD.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was more of the real Ghostbusters because we were basing it off the movie. You know, of course.
Yeah, based off the movie, and then obviously I got. I found these on Amazon. I'm like, I'm buying these things, and I bought them. So He-Man and She-Ra.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah. Let's see what else. Oh, another cartoon on NBC. Obviously,
I'm amazed at what he's got here.
This was on NBC back in the early '90s.
Oh yes,
Mario 3, really?
Yeah, Super Mario 3 was a cartoon.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was a sequel from the Super Show, and I thought Super Mario 3 is my all-time favorite game.
It is. When it came out, boy, it was just.
Oh man, here's a funny story about that. All right, we used to have Ann and Hope back here in Massachusetts.
Yeah.
My mother, her friend with her sons, and me, my sister, and my brother, we were going shopping at Ann and Hope, Christmas shopping, right? So Mom says we're going to go our separate ways. So I'm assuming that Mom was not going to go anywhere near the video game section. She's not big into video games like I am.
Yeah, right. Oh.
I go there. I go to the video games. Who do I see there? My mother. She freaked out. She says, Eric, I'm going to bash you. And she slapped me in the arm a couple times. I was like, I wasn't upset and angry. I'm like, I didn't know you were going to be here. And I told her friend, my friend Gina, who was also our friend there, like, Gina, let's go to the toy section quickly before anything else happens. I'm so embarrassed, right? But little did I know, she bought me the Super Mario 3 game that was there. But I saw it because I saw a hint, Twinge of Yellow. I said, but I didn't say anything at that point because I wasn't sure. Because knowing that my mother will come up with something else, so I figured, well, I'm not going to say anything else, right? I mean, even though I joked around with her afterwards and told her because I thought it was a pretty funny story. So, ended up getting the game for Christmas, which is 1990. That was totally awesome. Let's see. This is what I also got. Captain N.
Oh,
Captain N, the Game Master. I forgot. I think I bought this either on eBay. I think I bought this on eBay. Yeah, it was on NBC as well. And then I got the Challenge of the GoBots on DVD.
Oh yes, the GoBots.
Yeah,
Transformer wannabes is what I used to call that. Because they always try to compete with the Transformers, but they.
Oh yeah.
You had your Transformers fan base. You had your GoBots fan base, and it was like Mets and Yankees. You know.
Yeah. I got the Transformers on DVD as well.
You got GI Joe too.
No, I don't have G.I. Joe.
Stumped you there.
Yeah.
I thought Lima was going to have G.I. Joe because every kid had G.I. Joe.
The crazy thing, I've heard G.I. Joe was not a big fan of it, and
I was never allowed to have it because my mother's like, look, you got He-Man, you got Matchbox cars, not enough. You don't need G.I. Joe. And I was content with that.
The thing is that, I wasn't a big, humongous G.I. Joe fan, but I knew that Sergeant Slaughter was part of it.
Mm-hmm.
At one point, I'm like, Sergeant Slaughter was part of the G.I. Joe guy, and I didn't even know that, and it was really cool.
My mother only bought things related to what I watched on TV. If I watched a specific show, like a cartoon, then she would base her gift giving on that. If I was playing with a specific toy, I showed interest in, she would geared toward that because you got to remember, single mom, no dad, no father. So, single parent, Got to budget the money, but make my kid happy. So I'm going to do whatever I can, but I'm going to find out what he's watching, and I'm going to find out what toys he's playing with, what he shows an interest into.
Yeah.
And here was the rule on Nintendo games. I don't know if you guys had rules for.
Yeah, we did. I did at one point. Listen, my father did not buy me a Nintendo until he got married.
Oh wow!
So
Okay.
that was 1988. When it first came out, I was still had a Coleco. I still had the ColecoVision. So I
had ColecoVision for like 4 or 5 years.
And we had kids in my neighborhood who had Nintendo, and I would always go over to the house, want to play Nintendo. That was the catchphrase back then. Instead of playing video games, we want to play Nintendo.
Yeah, we called it by what it was, not what it is. Yeah.
So
sure. But my mother always had a rule that said, if you want a game first from Nintendo, you're going to rent it at Blockbuster, and if you like it, then I'll buy it for you. But not unless.
Yeah, that was not that rule. I didn't have that.
That was a rule for me.
I know that was your rule, but not.
Yeah.
I was allowed to play Nintendo for only an hour when I was younger.
Oh no, I didn't have any restrictions, but as far as getting games itself, because there was a huge library, and back in the days, you remember this, Eric, that the games cost minimum $40.
Yeah, that was
maximum 60, depending on the popularity.
Yeah,
some
40,
were in the 20s or 30s, but the popular games themselves were minimum 50. And back then, $50 was a lot of money for some parents. And I know my mom was like, "Look, I can't afford it, so if you keep renting it, great, and then come Christmas time or your birthday, you'll get it." But
that's the thing we usually write down.
Yeah.
And it is something. It is. I'll tell you what, video games were really one of the best things that ever happened, and just
agreed.
It was really cool. Nowadays, I don't even play video games that much, being on here on the internet a lot, and you play games on here. But whenever I do my Saturday Super Starcade episodes, what I do is I'll set up a system, you move my webcam to it, and just play it. Nowadays, I got a humongous video game library thanks to the Raspberry Pis that I got, systems that I have.
Yeah.
3 and 4. You get an SD card with over 100,000 games or something like that. Boom! You got everything made. It's like.
Also, video games were like, besides, for one thing, game shows like Jeopardy, the greatest of all time tournament, for example. Video games was like one of the only good things that happened in 2020.
Yeah.
Tom, are you going live tonight still on Twitch, by the way?
Well, I was going to go live at 9, but we've been in here talking, so.
Yeah. We're going beyond your deadline here, David. You're now officially in, so but it's interesting to know that we took over your show. Sorry, just taking over David Dennis's St. Dennis's show. It's like, oh no.
No, I think it's good. It also gives David here, because he's younger than all of us, our perspective.
David has a very thirst for knowledge for being in the younger generation of today, and I applaud all of what he is following in his life right now. I have total tremendous respect for you, David. Thank you very much for all you do and all you talk about, and bringing guys like me and Eric and the 40-year-old full club.
Hey, I have an announcement to make that David. This is the first time David's hearing this too. Me and Charlie were talking earlier. We're going to be doing something very special for the next Hangman Outcast. So there's a website called Omegle, and it's just random. It's just random people that you run into. But me and Charlie are on a conquest. We're on a pursuit. We're gonna go on Omegle, and we're gonna have the stream live, so the people that are on it are gonna see our stream, and we're gonna get David a date. We're gonna hook David up.
Oh wow!
With a date, whether he likes it or not, that's happening. So
playing the dating game. Oh my god! You're gonna play.
Yes, we're gonna play a dating game with real people, that will know we're live. But it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, no, but
Well, he's going. It is happening. David could say no.
It happened because Tom Lewis will make it happen. Jordan Little makes it happen. I still owe Jordan Little an interview, so yes. If you, Tom, if you do me a favor and pass a message on to
I
Jordan.
haven't. No one's heard from Jordan.
What happened?
He said he's taking a break from social media, and so
he's taking a break from more than social media. He's taking a break from friendships.
Yeah, he's going through a lot right now. So
every seems like every podcaster has to kind of take his body away from the computer. I mean, I know I sometimes have to walk away from what I'm doing, and there are days like I didn't even do the Queens New Yorker yesterday that I was supposed to, but I pick it up on Saturday now. That's why you schedule yourself for 3 days. But if you get 2 days in on your show a week, that's not too bad. But then when you're down to 1 a week,
But what I was going to say, Tom, do you, before we end the stream, I was going to rate your stream, but we can wait for like 10 or 15 minutes. But Tom, do you have any questions for Jason about his podcast?
Oh, he did an interview with him. We did a lot of questions. So,
Tom's a very good interviewer. I like the way Tom asked a good question. I don't know where you picked up your reporter skills there, Tom, but you really know how to address the question in a way that makes me even have to think about it sometimes.
Yeah. Well, I've been doing it for many years. So it's fun.
You have a gift, and it's rubbing off of everybody. If it could rub off of everybody else, that'd be great.
Yeah, well, Charlie needed it because Charlie's interview he's the worst.
Yeah.
Hangman Charlie, we love you. Thank you.
He asks a question. Charlie asks a question and then answers his own question about himself. And he knows that's true.
I did Steel Dash with Impact has their own show called All About Me, where the guests asked her the questions. I'm like,
for example, I'll give you an example, Jason. This is a Charlie interview. Jason, where do you go to eat? When you're on your free time and you're really hungry, where do you go to eat?
I go usually to.
Well, I usually go to this great place down the street. It's really
so before I even get a chance to say what I got to say, he cuts me off by the pass.
Or he'll say it and then he'll cut you off as soon as you say it, and he'll go on for 16 minutes about his restaurant. David knows that's true.
It all, where I eat, it all depends on what mood I'm in. What kind of food mood I'm in. If I'm in a Taco Bell mood, I'll go to Taco Bell.
Oh, that's Charlie's favorite.
That's Jordan's favorite.
Okay, here's the crazy thing about Taco Bell, right? Here's a little something that you don't know. Every Power Rangers premiere that I have watched on TV, season premiere, like a new season of Power Rangers, the day of that premiere, right? And I usually work by Ruby Tuesday, so I usually have it recorded. Back in the day, I used to have it recorded. I would go after work, go to Taco Bell, get myself cheesy gordita crunches, big thing of soda, come home, watch the premiere, and just eat and just enjoy my meal.
Now,
that's pretty good. I mean, I know that they have. I didn't know this, but Wareham has a Jimmy John's. I didn't know there was one nearby. And then Swansea, if I'm right, Eric, has a Sonic, right?
I think it was Seaconk, I think.
Seaconk. It might be Seaconk. You might be right.
I think I haven't been there.
So we got Jimmy John's down here. We also have Firehouse Subs. We've got Jersey Mike's.
Yeah, Jersey Mike's is another one that's near here.
Jersey Mike's. I saw that for the first time. I'm like, everybody's trying to be like Subway, man. It says Jersey Mike's, Jimmy John's.
I tried Jersey Mike's. I tried their tuna fish sandwich. It tasted pretty good.
Well, hey, with all the there's another sub place, but they're all closing. D'Angelo's. With all the D'Angelo's closing, it opens doors for new restaurants like Jersey Mike's.
I had the tzatziki's, which is Greek food. So I had gyros and pita bread and really good stuff. Lamb, grilled lamb. You know,
Yeah, Subway. So I like Subway too, because I have a Subway not a few blocks from my house.
right. So there's a Subway right there in the corner in Oviedo. It's like, yeah, baby, Subway.
Yeah, I usually order. Here's the thing now, and here's the thing now. If it's hot outside, if it's mild weather, I'll just go for the tuna fish, foot long tuna. But if it's cold weather outside, I go for the
Sandwich. Oh, meatball, huh?
yeah meatball marinara. Give me a foot long meatball marinara with American cheese. There you go.
My favorite is the what you call the Southwest chicken with the Southwest sauce. That's pretty good.
Let's see what else do I eat? Oh, I tried we had a place in Dartmouth called Cask and Pig. I tried.
Heard of that place? Fun 107 talks about it a lot.
Yeah, I tried their buffalo wings. The first time I tried buffalo wings is when I worked at Ruby Tuesday, and they went first had buffalo wings, and I tried buffalo wings. I tried their buffalo wings. Delicious. Them blue cheese Buffalo Wild Wings. I tried their buffalo wings. Good. And then you got the new wing place, the wings over in New Bedford and Kempton Street. I don't know if you heard of that place, Tom. But if you go on Route 6 Kempton Street, it's right across the street from the liquor store.
Liquor store on Route 6.
Yeah.
There's like a trillion of them.
Rite Aid, you got Hess there as well. Right near Butler Park.
Oh, okay. Yes, I know. Yes. Okay.
Wings over in New Bedford.
Yeah.
I tried their buffalo chicken sandwich. The first time in 5 years I tried a buffalo chicken sandwich since Ruby Tuesday closed in 2016. 2 days before Ruby Tuesday closed for good, I ate from there buffalo chicken sandwich.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one. But I got a question for you. How many of you, the three of you, have actually eaten a turkey sandwich, a roast turkey sandwich with the cranberry sauce in the sandwich with, like your Thanksgiving sandwich, basically, that they serve at Wawa? Oh my God.
We don't have Wawa here.
Yeah,
we have Wawa down
Wawa.
And they serve well, that's a
Wawa woo woo.
He's there. Wawa
is Charlie Brown. Wah 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 wah.
I kid you not. They're based out in Pennsylvania, and they made their way down here to Florida, and it's become a restitution down here. And one of the things they serve on Thanksgiving or the week of Thanksgiving is a turkey sandwich with cranberry sauce and all of the trimmings, stuffing in the sandwich is made with stuffing, turkey breast, cranberry sauce.
Turkey stuffing sandwich I'll deal with, but with the cranberry sauce,
I don't know why in the world you would put cranberry sauce in the sandwich.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like understand that is stuffing
combined. Hey, I'll taste it. Yeah, my father makes the best stuffing ever, man. Portuguese stuffing. I tried that when my dad remarried in '88. We used to go over my relatives on my stepmother's side of the family.
Yeah,
and they had Portuguese stuff in there.
Eric, the Portuguese around where we live is so huge, and then near Boston, it's Irish. But I guess both, to be honest, both, because Boston and we're like, I'm like so close to Boston, like we're like right there. So I guess really Portuguese and Irish is very huge in this area. So like the food, and I was a kid, I didn't know it was Portuguese food or Irish food or Italian food. I didn't know that. But because the Portuguese food is so common in this area, it's just like a part of just like living, like charisse. I didn't know that was a Portuguese thing. I thought everybody had it.
Are you having your festival this summer, Eric, or are they?
I don't know.
They better. They better.
I haven't heard from my friend Mike Sylvia, who's supposed to be in charge of it, unless they're still not keen on it because of COVID and all that.
Oh, come on! Everybody's been vaccinated that would have gotten sick.
Right.
Here's the thing though: the Portuguese feast is on though.
Okay.
Yes, that is on. Yeah, I did hear that. Because you know what I heard, Eric? I heard online people are like, I don't want to get the vaccine. I don't want to get the vaccine. And somebody said, why don't they make the vaccine required in order to enter the feast? And the whole city will be vaccinated within like a day.
And they could group a large amount of people and get it. Yeah, but the problem
you get vaccinated as you go in the door.
Vaccinated, but the reason why I have not been vaccinated is because I didn't get the COVID. I've been doing the regular thing, staying away from everybody, social distancing, mask on, the whole 9 yard bit. Washing my hands and all that.
Isn't
you
isn't
know-
Bedford Falls in Massachusetts where It's a Wonderful Life was filmed, or was the
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, you're right.
I didn't know
You're
that.
right. Yeah, it is.
I thought that was familiar when you keep saying Bedford Falls, because it's like
No, it's New Bedford, Massachusetts. New Bedford, Massachusetts.
Bedford. Okay, but Bedford
It's a
Falls.
city. So New Bedford is a city right off the coast of Cape Cod. It's like right there. Like you can go over to Cape Cod. A lot of people in Boston, I'll give you a history lesson back in the day. They used to go from Boston to New York a lot. It was a huge traveling route. And there's a canal that cuts across the Cape. So if you ever look at a map and you see that little hook that comes off of Massachusetts, that hook is Cape Cod.
Oh.
And that's actually where I work. I work on the Cape, but I work in
I've
Plymouth
been
too.
to Cape Cod before, yeah, because my mom went up there for a vacation.
New Bedford has been known as the Whaling City. That's why they named it the Whaling City.
Ships
Festival.
used to come out of New Bedford. Ships used to come out of Boston and New Bedford ports to go to New York, and they'd cut through the Boston would cut through the canal and get to New York. And before they did that, though, they were literally coming out of New Bedford. New Bedford was because New Bedford's on the other end of the canal. They're coming out of New Bedford and going to New York.
Yeah, New Bedford's considered like the fishing capital of the world, something like that.
Yeah.
Which is amazing. For
it still is, really. I mean, Boston's close, but New Bedford still gets tons. And I mean, trust me, you ride through the city in the middle of the summer, and all you'll smell is fish.
Yeah,
so there's definitely fish coming out of that port.
Well, this is like having a true Boston feast of seafood and clam strips and Ipswich sandwiches,
Clam chowder,
lobster,
clam chowder, get chowder head. Get your lobster chowder.
And it's nice to know that in Boston, or close to it in Massachusetts, in Boston, you have the Basketball Hall of Fame up there. I went
Springfield.
Springfield, yes. Very nice museum, and it was refurbished. The last time I went, it was refurbished and looks nice, really nice. So I'm hoping to get up there again. And then, you have the Yankee Candle Company up there, the headquarters for the Yankee Candle Company.
We still have a Yankee Candle here at the mall, Dartmouth
But
Mall.
go to the one headquarters there in Massachusetts, and you will see how they make the candles. They have the factory right there, and the gift shop is 10 times bigger than your average one in the mall. Oh my gosh!
I drive
no one left in the mall because
I drive right by the major distributor for Coca-Cola on the southern Massachusetts every day. I drive right by. It's a nice facility. I think they're hiring too. Everyone's hiring right now because nobody wants to work.
Isn't that amazing? Yeah, everybody's hiring, but nobody wants to work, and yet everybody.
It's the complete opposite of the recession. It's the complete opposite, Jason, of 2008.
They want the job, but then once they have the job, they don't want to put any freaking work into it. I mean,
Yeah,
why are you wasting your time?
Yeah.
Unless you want to become an entrepreneur and make your own money and do what you want to do, that's the only way you're going to actually
or you can invest in Dogecoin, which was 0.3. Actually, in 2009, I did a little inquiry, and I was like, Bitcoin, what could I get? $10 a share. $10 a share. This is 2009. I said to myself, I really want to buy some Bitcoin. That's what I said in 2009. I was like, man, I really should buy some Bitcoin. One Bitcoin was worth $10. Guess what Bitcoin's worth right now? Just guess.
Probably 50 cents a share.
$45,000 a share.
Bitcoin?
Whoa.
Bitcoin. 45,000. Look it up. Dogecoin. 2 years ago, Dogecoin was worth 0.03. It was worth less than a penny. Guess what Dogecoin is worth right now?
Probably 20 grand.
No, 40 cents. But my point is, it went from if you bought like a million shares of Dogecoin in like 2 years ago, you'd definitely see a huge increase in your. But anyway, I wanted to get Bitcoin years ago to see if I was savvy back then. I'd be a millionaire right now.
I remember somebody said, invest your money in the Iraqi dinar. Whoa. And okay. Or something that I guess it's their official coin. is the dinar in Iraq or something like that.
Did you invest in it?
No. But I think it was Kevin Trudeau who, the one who was in jail for giving us natural cures and everything. He had a show and he says, yeah, somebody called it and says, yeah, you should put your money into the Iraqi dinar. Like, really? What the heck? Where are you going with this? Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
See,
Well,
I would have gotten Bitcoin, but back then I was like how old was I? I was like 21. I really didn't know how to do cryptocurrency. It was a really new market. And but I do specifically saying to myself, I really should invest in that. And of course I didn't. And now here I am. And I got no money to show for it. But I did. I swear to God, I looked at it and I said, cryptocurrency, Bitcoin's going to be worth a lot.
You still got
But I
your
sat on
sanity. That's okay. That's fine. You don't got your money, but you got your sanity. That's all right.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. I don't really play the stock market. I don't do any investing. I just put my money in a plain old savings account, and I try to put some money away each week. So it's building up.
Yeah, like the best way to do it is, this is what I've heard from a lot of people with stock markets. The best way to do it is just, whatever your favorite company is, just put money into it.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever you believe in. Like, don't play the game. If I like video games, if I like Microsoft, well, Microsoft's expensive, but if I see a company that makes good games that's small right now,
yeah,
throw money in it. You never know. They could be the next, for lack of a better idea, they could be the next Atari. You know what I mean? So you don't know.
I wish somebody would resurrect Atari to a point where, we've got the consoles and everybody's buying refurbished machines, but to play the games that we played 40 years ago and bring them back into a place where they can be put on a screen of this capacity, because nowadays the 8-bits games on an HD TV is just like ridiculous. If they could be very highly compatible with today's technology, that would be great.
Well, you wait, Jason. Somebody's gonna find a way. Mark my words.
Well, this is what I'd like to see in the next maybe 10 years happen. You're sitting there with a blank screen in front of your TV. You call out, Alexa, play River Raid, and you're starting to play it. Just on your TV, River Raid comes on, or boxing, something that is in the system of Alexa's system, where all these old games are at your fingertips, and you don't need a console, you don't need any special hookups, you have free access to the games, and that'd be great.
Well, you watch. Someday they're gonna come out with some kind of algorithm or something, where you're playing like Super Mario Brothers 3.
Yeah.
And the game figures out how to make it look 60 frames, get rid of all the jagged edges, maybe even look 3D. You watch, it's gonna happen, because computers are getting smarter.
You're playing Streets of Rage where the bad guys don't start blinking to where you can't punch them, and then you can block and they can't. That would be great, because all those bad guys start blocking, you can't punch them.
People thought that was I remember I played at NES, and I remember that being an issue. But I remember when I was with a friend, they were like, well, I don't like the emulator because it gets glitchy. And I'm like, you must have never used a real NES, because those glitches existed. That's not the emulator. That's the game.
That's the game. And the one person who kind of took us to realize those glitches was James, the Nintendo nerd. Basically, he basically did a whole episode on game glitches for the NES and for Sega, and he had the little glitch guy, the little green guy. It was a pretty good parody of game glitches. Yep.
Oh yes.
Oh.
I think that's gonna end for this episode. Tom, you can get your Twitch stream sub so I can read it for you. Because I'm live on YouTube and Twitch as you speak.
Yeah, I probably won't go. The thing is, a lot happened today. That's why I didn't really announce it on my channel. I was driving all day, like all day. I'm driving in the rain, in the snow, like in the rain, whatever it was.
I thank you, David, for having me on your show tonight, and I'd like to just pass to you guys. Please do mention the Queens New Yorker in all your podcasts and wherever you are, and do support the channel, because you can support the channel. There are links to where you can go. You can either support it for 99 cents a month, $4.99, or $9.99. So for the price of a Starbucks coffee, you could be a loyal friend and true of the Queens New Yorker.
Oh, yes.
That's good promotion for you.
Yo.
Eric, do you want any promote anything here on my stream?
It's my stream.
Yeah, check me out, WML TV channel 77 on YouTube. Just type it out if you can't find me, or type in Eric Lima, and I will. If you subscribe in my videos and all that, and I appreciate it. Appreciate the support.
You ought to sign off with it's 10 p.m. Do you know where your kids are, right? I love that slogan, man. It's like it's 10 p.m. Do you know where
All right, everybody. That'll do it for this stream. I want to thank everyone for being here. This is another edition of the Chilling with David 3000 Hangouts edition of YouTube. Spectacular. Fun time.
Yep. I'm out, guys. Have a good one.
Have a good one. I'll see you next week. Right. Same time, same place, same channel.
Oh my god. That never done, but anyway.
Well, you can tune in. Yeah. Just kidding, David. Go ahead.
Anyway,
and then if you really
don't worry. Anyway, so that's gonna end for this third episode of Chilling3000 Hangouts. I want to thank everybody for watching. I want to thank Michael, who came on at the beginning of the show for about half an hour before he had to do something on the server. I want to thank Charlie for being on here, which I gotta say, Brad Martin does way better interviews than him, to be honest. And what else? I want to thank Leon for coming on here for a little while, where I asked him on his experience with Ranty Rave, because he was a co-host on there for a little bit. But we'll see if he will come the new co-host to replace Jordan, or we'll just see what happens. But and also, of course, I want to thank Jason for being one of the main guests tonight, along with Leon. I want to thank him for coming on here. I gotta say, this is probably one of the best shows I had, because we had some good discussions here, and I just want to thank everybody for tuning in. And even though the viewers weren't that high, like 10, but it doesn't matter what it is the quality, and I just had a good time doing the show, letting these people here talk what they want to talk about, and that's why I decided to go not really prime time, but in the evening. And more episodes coming soon. I am planning to do another episode this weekend. I might do an episode this Sunday. We'll see what happens. I might be out of town, if not sometime there in the week. But and also I want to thank Eric and Tom for being on here as well. We had some good discussions here, and I just want to thank them for coming on. And that's going to end for this episode of 3000 Hangouts. Don't forget to subscribe to the Chilling3000 Network if you want to see more live streams like this, and also more videos such as gameplays, vlogs, skits, and many more. But until then, this is Chilling3000 saying good night.
Hey, and thank you, everybody. That was a great promotion, David. Thank you for watching my stream. The next edition of Chilling3000, we're going to interview a cat, this neighborhood cat that's been going around. We're going to get him on the show. We're going to interview the life of a cat. Look.
Can we just end it?
Can we just end it? That.
Yeah.
my Twitter.
And then so I can go. I have to go to the bathroom. You know. I have to
Good
go to the
night.
bathroom. Jeez.
Yes.
And
Good night,
please
everybody.
subscribe.
Good night. Like,
Good night, everybody.
Good night.